See the medals blowing in the wind. The breeze might be a tiny bit welcome to these athletes, not only because it's coming into their face, but also because it's just taking the edge off the heat here in Birmingham today. It has been stifling. It is due to drop now for the rest of the championships, which will be welcome news. Women's 10,000 coming up tomorrow, and men's 10,000, never mind the race walker, marathon and half marathon, and the running marathons on Sunday morning. Swedish shot putters in the house, Victor Pettersson and Fanny Ruus. Took part in the finals in the shot put on Monday night. Pettersson picking up a bronze. They'll be very much here to cheer on Daniel Stoll. So Mikolas Alekna will throw first. He was the furthest in qualification with 67.74. That gold in Munich in 2022 is actually his only championship gold, despite being the world record holder. Here is Stahl, 3-time world champion, 1-time Olympic champion, and no-time European champion. I'm trying to change that this evening. Christian Che of Slovenia is the defending champion, won that title in Rome last time out. Took the World Championships in 2024 as well. Lolasan Duant of France took silver last night with Josip Matej in the high hurdles. Martinez Alekna goes next, the younger brother of Mikolas Alekna. Lucas Weiss-Heidinger of Austria took the silver in Rome in 2024. Also took a bronze in 2018 in those championships. Jacquiel Emmanuelson of the Netherlands will throw next. He's the former Dutch record holder and champion, number 2 now at the moment. Andreas Gutierrez of Lithuania, European champion back in 2018, world champion in 2017. Here's the other Dutch guy, Ruben Volvink. He's currently the Dutch number 1, with a national record of 71.22 earlier on this year. Henrik Janssen of Germany has gone over 67 metres 6 times this year. That consistency could be the kind of athlete that finds a bronze medal here, and maybe silver. Dimitrios Pavlidis of Greece is their national record holder with 65.11. And finally, throwing 12th, Diego Casas of Spain, full-time national champion. PB of 65.95, thrown at the start of July this year. European record holder, of course, because he's a world record holder, but also the championship record holder. The competition formats changed ever so slightly at major events, and I think for the better that the, on paper, or the highest ranked athletes throw first. Gives the broadcasters a chance to really showcase the strongest throwers and make sure they're not missed when they're trying to show this action. And it's compiled in with the integrated feed with all the track and field action. But here on the dedicated discus throw stream, you haven't got anything to worry about. You are not going to miss a single throw here. And hats off to the organisers. We're starting about 2 minutes late, despite real delays elsewhere in the field. They gave athletes longer to warm up after there's some awful traffic. A lot of athletes were delayed coming from their hotels. But Alekna gets proceedings underway. Surely he's not bettered his own championship record in the very first throw. He's so cool and calm, Mikolas Alekna. 69.89, he's increased his own championship record by 11 centimetres right away. Still stand by what I said. I think it's going to take 70 metres to win today. But yeah, it's a smile from Alekna. How is Stahl going to respond? Took an emphatic win in front of a home crowd at the Stockholm Diamond League. He's not really been dominant elsewhere, though. Wasn't that impressive in qualification. Okay, it's fine. Stahl has done a 69.85 this year. Not giving much away here, Stahl. Christian Che up next, the defending champion. Has a gold bib on. We've seen those littered throughout the week. And the youngest ever world champion in 2022. Oh, where's that gone? Where has that gone, Christian Che? The angle of the discus made me think it was going to fall short of 70 metres. It was going to be good, but not further than Alekna. 3 throws, 2 championship records already, 70 metres, 83. That is phenomenal from Che. Duant up next for France. Unfortunately looking a little bit mortal after the big 3. So 58.35 for Duant. The other Alekna, Martinez Alekna, European under-23 champion, just short of 60 metres. .59 metres, 56. Lucas Verheidinger, a brilliant athlete, the Austrian. Top 8 in so many major championships, including bronze at the World Championships in 2019. A couple of European medals to his name as well. So again, another man being made to look a little bit normal in the first round. Che, Alekna and Stahl right up towards 70 metres. 63.80 for Verheidinger to 4th. Just a reminder on the rules we're using here at European Athletics. All 12 athletes will get 3 throws and then just 8 through to the last round. Last 3 rounds, apologies, round 4, 5 and 6. We have had some competitions recently where 10 go through to round 4 and then 8 and then 6. It is just 8. One cut of 4 athletes at halfway. Manuelsen up next for the Netherlands. Put himself in 4th here, Manuelsen. .64 metres, 48 it is enough to put himself ahead of Verheidinger. Ooh. There's Discus, throw 8. Lithuania have been on the last few podiums. That trend was started by Andreas Discus. He was the champion in 2018. A year after becoming the world champion, just 2 centimetres ahead of Stoll that day. Okay. Kind of okay from these guys, but like I said, we made to look ordinary by the fact we've had 2 championship records already. Alekna first, 69.89, and then Che, 70 metres 83. Ruben Volvink up next. He's the Dutch record holder with that 71.22, but he was the last man into this final. So maybe the pressure off Volvink when you're faced with maybe not making the final. Once you're here, all to play for. Good for Volvink, over at 65. Sometimes the nerves in qualification can be more intense than anything else. All the athletes will tell you the first round's the hardest. 65.45, he's in 5th, just ahead of Emmanuelson. A metre ahead of his teammate. Henrik Janssen up next. 8th at the World Championships in Budapest in 2023. 5th in Rome, last time we had this event. Oh, Janssen. I think he's going to be ahead of Stoll here. And I mentioned that heartbreak of no marks at the Olympics and at the World Championships in Tokyo last year, and he's just really found consistency this year. 69.08, that's a season's best. Goes up into 3rd. Two athletes left to go here in round 1. Pavlidis up next for Greece. 22-year-old holds the national record at 65.11. .63 or so for Pavlidis. And to conclude round 1, Diego Casas. That's better than I was expecting from Casas. He was stuck around about 60-62 in qualification. Lifetime best 65.95, and he's not too far off that at all here with his first throw. 65.64, just 30 metres short of his lifetime best. His coach here wearing Italian kit, so clearly working with an Italian athlete at some point in this championships. You see lots of high quality coaches do that, work with a few different federations. So Mikolas Alekna, all smiles in the first round, and he broke his own national record. He's got to focus in here because Christian Che has gone further. Alekna, such a remarkable recovery from a fully torn pec in March. Quite for Alekna. Look at the dust kicking up as well from the grass here in Birmingham. I did say it was bone dry, total opposite from Tokyo last year when these men met in the World Championship final. But Alekna totally ruptured the pec and had an amazing return 3 months after surgery. 70 metres 60, and then 71.06, and then 72.65 at his national championships. He's the European lead, so he could have the blue number on if he wanted to, Alekna. Not to. So here comes Stoll. 65-68, looked fine in the first round. It's now looking a bit ordinary. He's in fourth. There you can see the frustration starts to build. It doesn't matter so much in the first round. You're doing fine, and suddenly you go, what? I've got 4 throws left to get on terms with everyone else. 67-40. Man in the driving seat, Christian Che. Youngest ever world champion when he took the gold in Eugene. 23 years old. Back that up with a silver in Budapest. Just off the podium in Paris. Let's see where this is going. It's going to be around about 70 metres again. He's not going to improve that 70 metres, 83. Looks frustrated with that chain. It's the flight of the discus. It's not perfect for him. Maybe just trying to ride this wind here that's coming into his face. We did have some men's 200-metre races just before we started this stream. I'll try and see if I can get a wind reading, give you an idea of what's happening here in the stadium. Duhon in 12th place at the moment. Way out wide here for Duhon. So it's in 200-metre semi-finals with a plus 2.9, so that was a following wind. There's a strength, so nearly 3 metres per second in the face of these discus throwers. And you're a discus aficionado, which you probably are if you've come here to the dedicated discus stream. That will mean more to you. You know, is 3 metres per second a bit stiff, or is that perfect? We'll see. Martinez Alekna up next. Imagine being the European under-20 champion, but only the 3rd best discus thrower in your family. That's a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? Martinez Alekna, he's also the youngest, so he's got some time to catch up on his older brother. His dad, of course, Virgilius Alekna, the greats of discus throwing. .61 metres 78 for Martinez Alekna. Takes us to Lucas Heidinger. Was a silver medalist behind Christian Che in 2024. Yeah, he's out of kilter there, Vice Heidinger. It's kind of the indications are sometimes there, you know, if this implement lands too near the side of a sector, you're thinking probably something went wrong at some point, and that discus clipped the net as the Austrian let go of it, and then you could see the cracks appearing further down in the technique. This is back round to Shaquille and Manuelsen. He was briefly in 4th, and now down in 5th. My apologies, all the way down in 7th. Just quickly through the round. So Manuelsen trying to improve on 64.48. He's going to do that. .67.80, so there you go, he is up into 4th. Maybe either the ability to predict the future. Still wouldn't try and predict what's going to happen in this men's discus final. So Manuelsen in 4th, Gutierrez in 9th, 63.37. Gutius. Bit unbalanced, perhaps. 63.99. So he has gone up to 8th. He's just overtaken Faust Heidinger by a few centimetres. Ruben Volvink up next. You can see he's got the R Volvink. His brother Yannick is here throwing the discus, throwing the shot put, apologies, in the other throw. So Volvink. See, just short of his best. Henrik Janssen, brilliant season's best, 69.08 in the first round. It's wobbling slightly, the discus, hanging in the air though. Getting closer and closer to the 70-metre mark. He's never thrown over 70. .69.53, another season's best for Janssen. You can really tell with an athlete, you know, what do you do when you have the heartbreak of a no mark at 2 major championships? And Janssen has clearly gone away and worked very hard on this consistency. It's been great all season. I mentioned 6 throws over 67 metres, and now here in the final, a couple over 69 already. Dimitrios Pavlidis. Down in 10th at the moment. And that's going to improve. Up here to 65. .64.34, nice improvement for Pavlidis. Remember, we'll cut 4 athletes at the end of round 3, so I'll start to look at that as we work through the next round. We've still got Diego Casas to complete round 2. Spaniard in 6th at the moment, 65. 64, and he just off his lifetime best. Oh, real slip there. That's a foul for Casas. I mentioned it's dry here in Birmingham, but it did look like he slipped in the circle. I do just wonder, let's have a look back here. Oh no, I think he slipped on the rim there, rather than there being any dust or any moisture in the circle. Back to Nicholas Alekna to start round 3. I love the way he tosses that discus up in the air like it's nothing, rather than it's what all his hopes and dreams hang on. I also enjoy the way Alekna, he doesn't mess around too much when he goes into the circle. However, that throw was a bit of a mess. Maybe the Lithuanian did need to settle himself slightly. Yeah, he literally didn't even bother looking. Just walked straight out the front. He knew it wasn't any good. He stays in 2nd. And for me, when you do these throwing events and the tension starts to eke into your psyche, and the shoulders get tense and the arms get tense, you lose the ability to use that full wingspan. We were talking about it in the javelin qualification earlier on today. It's really evident in discus. You want to use that wingspan as much as you can, let it lag behind and then whip it through as fast as possible, and there's tension in that chain. Makes you inefficient. I'm not really sure I've seen Stoll that nervous before. Let's see. Just died there. $64.75, so you have to make some changes here, Stoll. Christian Che can just carry on doing what he's doing. $70 meters, 83, new championship record. For back-to-back titles here. Not too many men have achieved that. Wow. Christian Che means business. That's a huge zone. The pressure that puts on everyone else, and they were struggling to be on terms with him anyway. 72.51 from Christian Che. It's massive. Big shock perhaps of qualification so that Stephen Richter didn't make it into this top 12, the German who was the European lead at 74 meters. So in his absence, Nicholas Alekna is the furthest though. That's why he hasn't got the blue number on. That makes sense now. But, Christian Che has just put himself closer to that European leading mark of Richter at 74 meters. Dumont up next. Some foul over towards that left-hand side of the previous throw, and he's close again. See that 8th place dotted line across the infield. Not well balanced there. $62.28, so he moves up from 12th place to 11th. And that will be the end of the road for Dumont. He's got no more opportunities to get himself into the top 8. One of the first athletes to miss that cut-off. Martinez Alekna could be the next guy in jeopardy. He's in 12th place at the moment. He's just been asked by the officials to wait a second. It's strange, isn't it, that Martinez Alekna and Miklos Alekna have got the same number. We've got a few siblings here, and they often give them more than one letter to kind of distinguish between them. We could have M.A. Alekna for Martinez Alekna and M.Y. for Miklos Alekna, but it's okay. Especially here on a dedicated discus stream, I think we're going to be all right. Telling these two apart. We're to Martinez Alekna up next. Down in 12th, 8th place at the moment, Pavlidis of Greece, 64.34. That's a target, one opportunity. Nope. Unfortunately, Martinez Alekna all done that. So we can sit back and watch the drama unfold. I'm sure he'll stay on the infield here. Which his brother, his teammate Discus at least, if not the rest of them. There's the man in 8th at the moment, Pavlidis. Lucas Weiss-Heidinger, a previous medalist here, 2-time medalist, silver in 2024, bronze in 2018. He's down in 10th place for him. Again, that target. 64.34. Oh, it's messy from Weiss-Heidinger. Clatters into the net. And that's it for the Austrian. Can't speak Austrian, much less lip read it, but it's a few choice words from Weiss-Heidinger there. Pavlidis survives another throw. Poor guy. Nervous enough without shoving a camera in his face every attempt. Poised to respond if he has to. He's number 11 in the throwing order, so an opportunity to counter if someone does push him out of this top 8. So Emmanuelson, he's up in 4th. $67.80 for Emmanuelson at the moment. He's at 2.5, a bit more down on the bronze medal position. Quite work for Emmanuelson. He's walked out the front. Andreas Gutierrez of Lithuania, down in 9th place. He won this title in 2018 in Germany. He also won the World Championships in 2017 by just 2 centimetres ahead of Stoll. 6th at the World Championships in Tokyo last year. That was one of his best performances in the last few years. He's going to need every bit of that experience here. He needs to find 35 additional centimetres, and he looked unsteady as he released the discus. The end of the road for Gutierrez as well, and that means Pavlidis has made the cut. The athletes in 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th throwing quite high up this throwing order, and none of them have managed to trouble the Greeks. 64.34 and 63.99 the best for Gutierrez to 62.77 with his third throw. Smile from Pavlidis. Ruben Volvink comes in next. Volvink already in 7th. $62.35, so no improvement, but as I said, we've got the top 8 sorted. That's okay. Henrik Janssen, I hope he's managed to maintain his composure here. There was a tremendous decathlon battle going on between his teammates Niklas Kaul and Leo Neugebauer. Kaul needed to beat Neugebauer by 21 seconds, I think, and Neugebauer has made it about 1 metre past the line. I think he's held on to goal. I'm sure Janssen was watching that out the corner of his eye. He's in a medal position himself here in the men's discus. Not a third successive 69-metre throw for him. $67.40 for Janssen. 2 athletes left to throw here in round 3. Pavlidis can say he's come top 8 at the European Championships. To make it out of qualification at the World Championships last year. The Balkan silver medalist in 2025 and then a bronze this year. More improvement, 64.34. Pavlidis battling to stay in the circle. Unfortunately drops down short of 65.34. There it is, 62.33. Diego Casas to complete round 3. Staying in the circle, Casas. Skin of his teeth or the leather of his shoes. Oh, he's taken out the microphone whilst he's at it. Too busy looking down the field, seeing where it landed. Whoop, just about staying in. 65-64, same as his first throw. Christian Che just looks like he wants to throw straight away. There will be a reshuffle now, though, as we go into the final half of this Discus 80. The standings at the moment, 62-51, new championship record. I reckon Che would throw right now if you let him. Prowling around. He's found his groove. Such a delicate thing to hold on to. Perfect timing, the perfect throw. Lechner has gone further than the leading mark at the moment. It's in at 72.65. There's Daniel Stoll here. We're going to have to ask him to find a season's best. Or PB, actually, in fact. 71.86, the Swede's lifetime best. If he wants to win here. Before that, he's going to try and get himself up from 5th place. Pavlidis will throw first. There he is, the man of the moment. Already on a season's best. His national record is 65.11. That's the next target for the Greek athlete. Brilliant goal for them with Miltiades Tentoglu. Manuel Karalis going in the pole vault as well, and he's got decent race walkers as well, these guys. No improvement for Pavlidis. Pavlidis just waiting for the measurement here. I think it's going to improve on what he's done already. He's just making sure. 71 meters 55. Great to see Janssen and Che just skipping around. Conversely, Stoll, the world champion, just sat down, chilling out. Lechner not doing much over there either. Keep involving up next. He's already done well here, considering he qualified 12th into the final. He's made the cut into the top 8. He's 7th at the moment. The 23-year-old will not want to waste the opportunity of being in a European final. Just over 60 for Rolvink. .60 meters, 69 for Rolvink. Diego Casas up next. We've only just seen him. We'll throw pretty quick succession here. They're just perhaps readjusting the cage for Casas. Rolvink Casas. The cage set up one way, maybe Casas needs it the other. Right or left-handed, we will adjust the opening in the cage. Furious instruction from Casas' coach. Noise getting louder and louder here in the stadium. Oh, Casas off towards the left-hand side. Does stay in the sector just. I think it's a foul. That must have been him walking out the front, yeah. So he stays in 6th. Daniel Stoll up next. The reigning world champion. There he is, Stoll. That win in Tokyo in the pouring rain. If you remember, they delayed the discus by a couple of hours. They came out and it was too wet. They didn't think it was safe to throw. They took them back inside. The rain was going nowhere, frankly. And they realised they were just going to have to get on with it. And Stoll had actually said to his coach some 10 months before, hey, going to Asia in September, I think it's going to rain. I think it's going to rain in Tokyo. Let's get ready for this. He spent all winter throwing in the rain, almost seeking out awful conditions, and it paid off massively in Tokyo. That's a small improvement for Stoll. (68.22). It is an improvement. Goes up to 5th place here, Stoll. That will not be enough for the Swede. He'll want much, much more here. He's relegated Emanuelsson to 5th. Emanuelsson winds up here. These athletes just stalling here. There's actually only Daniel Stoll who's improved in the 4th round. And 65.71 for Emanuelsson. Takes us to the athletes who are in the medal position at the moment. Henrik Janssen up there. As it stands. Out of the last 7 global championships, there's been 21 medals awarded. 16 out of those 21 have gone to Europeans. Many of those Europeans are here, but Janssen isn't one of those. He's outperforming his decorated colleagues here. Does manage to stay in just. So Janssen in round 4, 67.29. So Nicholas Alekna. He's done 67.65 this season. I'm pretty sure that was in stadium conditions. It was at the Lithuanian National Championships. It's possible they were throwing field outside, but it's a bit of a distinction World Athletics have brought in as well in terms of discus marks thrown in a stadium versus discus marks thrown in a facility such as that one in Ramona. That's where the world record is from. Lechner has thrown, well, not today, into the net. 3 competitions this season for Alekna after that ruptured pec. All been over 70 metres. And 72.65 as well. Not in Ramona. We didn't make the trip over. So often does take advantage of those conditions. As he's recovering from injury, he wasn't able to. So suddenly just 2 throws left for Alekna. Christian Che still got 3 though. 72-51. He's just getting better and better, isn't he? There he goes. That looks smooth from Che. It's not the same height as the other ones, I don't think. It's still, well, Alekna's second place is 69.89. I don't think it was quite as far as Che, but he's nearly at risk of having a whole series of throws that'd be enough to win gold. There you go, 68.92. The other 3, all good enough to win gold. Has he sewn this up here, Christian Che? What a position to be in. Oh, a massive chuck. Right, he's done it from the start here, putting the pressure on everyone. Pavlidis steps in, starting round 5. The Greek athlete in action at the moment. Katerina Stefanidi on her return from motherhood, and becoming a mother. She's still in the women's pole vault on the other side. Season's best for her at 460. Pavlidis will throw that discus as close as he can to the pole vaulters over there. Unfortunately, he can't get it as far as his 64.34 at the moment. Involving inside. Longest throw of the season, 71.22. Came in Ramona. Pretty good elsewhere. 67 from the national championships. What do you reckon? 64.5 for Rolvink. And it is warm here in Birmingham. Not the blazing sunshine, that's a real relief for these athletes. And they are used to competing in warmer conditions. Rolvink is a bit flushed here. Mentioned the excitement about the Dutch women in the discus. Lida van Dalen and Mirinda van Klinken. Great to see Emmanuelson and Rolvink in this final, and the fact they both made the top 8. Diego Casas up next. Casas stays in the circle. Where's the discus going to land? Just struggling to match what they did in the first half of the competition. (61.82) for Casas. Going a little out of order now because Stoll was 5th coming into the second half, and he's moved up to 4th now, so he'll throw next before Emmanuelson. We will do another reshuffle as we go into round 6. Got to be nervous if you're in a medal position and Stoll isn't. Feel like the hunted. Shake of the head here from Stoll. I think it's because he was about to throw and they've started the men's 800 and they just asked him to wait a moment, to pause for the starter's gun. That's my interpretation anyway, that Stoll was ready and they said come back. So Stoll, all focus. Grew up playing ice hockey, really enjoyed it very much, his first love, and his parents, who are athletes, suggested athletics. He said he didn't like the personalities of athletes as much. He thought they weren't as fiery as the ice hockey players. But he warmed up to the event. Really loved the sport. He found his groove here in discus. Did do a bit of shot put as well. Discus is true love. Maybe not this evening though. In Birmingham, I don't think Stoll's having fun. Manuelsen will go next. He's down in 5th place, 67.80. Half a metre behind Stoll. So Manuelsen trying to improve on his 5th place. That's going to be around about the same for Manuelsen. Big cheer in the crowd. That's because Mark English has just won the men's 800 metres. Yes, we're in Britain in a British stadium, but I can see more Irish flags and more Irish fans right now than anything else. Manuelsen, full focus. And he has found a small improvement here, 67.97. So there goes Henrik Janssen, still in the bronze medal position. His advantage over Stahl, 31 centimetres. Nope, no change. Mention the fact that the Europeans have been so prominent on the global championships medal tally. The fact that we've got the last 5 world champions here in this field, and that Janssen isn't one of these guys with all the accolades, all the medals, all the titles, all the records. Not even the German record holder. So Stephen Richter didn't make the final, but Janssen punching above his weight. He stays in 3rd place for the 5th round. So Lechner mentioned this torn pec. From what I could maybe tell just from snooping around online, I'm not sure it was his throwing arm that he ruptured. I think it was the other arm. Still massively significant, massively limiting in terms of training. And still a remarkable recovery to come back within 3 months. And this is not the Lechner we've seen so far this year. Like I mentioned, just 3 competitions, all over 70 metres. Took a win in the Prefontaine Diamond League as well. He used to study at the University of Oregon, as I'm not sure he would have gone out all the way to do that competition on his comeback from injury. He actually competed in the University of Oregon Vest, which it was quite niche, quite fun. Christian Che's partner on coaching duties here, trying to play it cool. (72.51). It's inevitable when Christian Che is in form that he just finds the 70-metre line. It's going to be another long throw from Che. Doesn't find the 70-metre mark again, but every time Stoll doesn't match him, Lechner doesn't match him, his confidence, his belief will grow. And he's desperately telling himself, don't get complacent. Do not think about that gold medal until this competition is done, but it's hard, isn't it? Yeah. Only done 72.51 and he's broken the European Championship record. Pavlidis in 8th place. Christian Che, 7th all time in the world, 72.61, and to come within 10 centimetres of that mark, he threw that this year in Ramona, and he's done it here in stadium conditions. So Pavlidis of Greece, a brilliant 8th place to crack the top 8 in Europe is fantastic for Pavlidis. And that's going to be where he ends up at the age of 22, to be up in the very top bits, the top parts, top ranks of Europe. He's brilliant. I think so we've seen that smile from Pavlidis once he made the cut into this top 8. He's acquitted himself really well. Similar for Ruben Rolving for me. He's 23 years old. Yes, he's gone further, 71-22 in Ramona. And I think you have to take those marks with a pinch of salt. They can be a confidence booster. Show you what you're worth. And so many of these athletes go to Ramona. It is, is applicable. You can then compare yourself to other athletes that have gone there. But here in stadium conditions, Rolving 65-45 in championship conditions with a qualifying round in his legs. He's done well here. That will be the end of the road for Rolving. Well, it's going to be the end of the road for everybody. In terms of one more throw to go, but that will be no change in his position. Casas in 6th. Based in Lyon, studies in Murcia, a wonderful part of the world. Competes for Players de Castellón. It's a massive club in Spain. I really love their club athletics in Spain. And at 65-64, it's only 30 centimetres below his lifetime best. I haven't got any results for Casas as a European Championship level. This could be his first final. To finish 6th. Really good result. Sixth will be it for Casas. There you go, there's a bit of the motion coming out. Spain, it's a huge country in terms of surface area. It's actually very hard for a lot of the athletes to get competitive opportunities or get support from their federation because they're so spread out. The Spanish Federation do a very good job of looking after their best athletes. Casas is certainly one of those. 65-26 in round 6. There's a big hug, a big embrace. They've achieved something brilliant here this evening. 6th in Europe. Shaquille Emmanuelson, 5th at the moment. Outperformed his ranking, done very, very well here. 67.97 in the previous round. A bit scrappy there from Emmanuelson. Thanks the crowd. So 4 men, 3 medals. And the man out of the medals at the moment is the reigning world champion, Daniel Stoll. Surprise man in the medals is Henrik Janssen. I love this. Try not to watch, just going about his business. He'll be avoiding looking at the yellow t-shirt of Stoll. He's just chucked his discus to one side, asking the crowd to get behind him. He is a championship performer, the Swede. Knows how to deliver under pressure. He's so proud of that performance in the conditions in Tokyo. He triumphed when everyone else faltered. Here, he's off the podium. He's only won a medal at this championships once before, silver in 2018. The body language suggests that's huge from Stoll. No, it'll be 4th for the Swede. There's some choice words, I think, from Stoll. And it's interesting, isn't it, when you get these athletes, 3-time world champion and Olympic champion, just hit a block. He's not been able to succeed on a world stage. We've seen that with Pavel Fidek in this circle as well, 5-time world champion. But he's never won a European Championships. So Henrik Janssen is a European medalist for Germany. The heartbreak of not recording a mark at the 2024 Olympics, the 2025 World Championships are erased for Henrik Janssen. Can he muster anything here in the final round? He's not far off silver. Oh, he flings his arms around, but to no avail anyway. It's not an improvement. He stays in third place. That is absolutely brilliant from Henrik Janssen. Showed promise in 2023 when he made the final in Budapest, coming 8th. Last European Championships, he was 5th before going on to record no mark at the Olympic Games. And that is Henrik Janssen very much getting his career back on track. There's a gold, silver and bronze already for the German men, and a gold for Geza Krause in the steeplechase. Good evening here for the Germans. But now, it's time for the battle we've been waiting for in this men's discus. Nicholas Alekna, Christian Che. Che is miles ahead with 72.51. Alekna, 69.89 in the first round. One throw for the world record holder to change the European result. It's best he's had in a while, but it's not enough. The champion in 2022, the bronze medalist in 2024, and now the silver in 2026. At this moment when he was undergoing pec surgery, perhaps to repair that total rupture and rehabbing from that, when Alekna might have taken a medal, taken the promise of a medal here in Birmingham. The form that Alekna brought into this championship made everyone think he could get a gold. Instead, it's Christian Che. He's defended his title. A handful of men have gone back to back, and Christian Che is one of those here in Birmingham. And it's going to be another throw over 70 metres. He's just showing off now. He'll be so satisfied with this effort. And look at that scorecard. Totally obscene. 4 out of his 6 throws over 70 metres. 4 out of the 6 would have been long enough to win it. A championship record as well. It doesn't get any better than that. Robert Harting of Germany won consecutive titles in 2012 and 2014. And before that, you've got to go back to Adolfo Consolini of Italy, who won 3 consecutive titles in 1946, 1950 and 1954. So in the modern era, it's just Robert Harting and Christian Che that have managed to go back to back. He takes the Slovenian flag. Not sure how many more Slovenian flags we'll see at this European Championships. Tina Schiete can make it through to the final of the women's pole vault. That's going on now. Nicholas Alekna looking a bit underwhelmed. These athletes will look forward to the rest of the Diamond League season now. And yes, they might get to finish on a high, they might get to beat one another elsewhere, but for 2026, the record books will show the only gold medal available to these guys went to Christian Che. The pressure of pinning on that gold number for qualification and for this final did nothing really to the Slovenian. He's comfortable throughout. His winning margin here. Not quite a record winning margin, that's still in 1934. To go back a long time in the history of these European Championships, but a big winning margin for Christian Che over Nicholas Alekna, Henrik Janssen. He looks in shock, really, the German. Really know what to do, he's kind of copying the others. That's it, got to get the gold medal in the middle. These athletes taking part in the instant medal ceremonies we've got going on here in Birmingham. Give us these wonderful pictures of the flag and the medal. They then go out into the fan zone later on this evening, where they have their national anthem played, and it's a really lovely space in the fan zone. Plenty of room for friends and family and spectators, and it kind of catches spectators on the way through to the car park, and go, oh yeah, maybe I'll go catch a medal ceremony. And it's a more intimate experience perhaps than doing it in a stadium or doing it at the end of the session when most of the people in the arena are just trying to get themselves out and get back to the car park, back to the bus or the train. outside running, having a discussion about the buses over the tannoy. Just updating the locals on what buses are available tonight, and some issues with the local trains. But I don't think Christian Choate will be one of those anyway. New championship record, 72.51, breaking the mark from 2022 of Nicholas Alekna. It's funny watching athletes' responses, just pure joy here from Janssen, unpicking every moment of it with Christian Choate. Nicholas Alekna. He is coming, he's jogging around the track with his Lithuanian flag, but slightly more reluctant to begin his lap of honour. Like I say, for Alekna, given the severity of his injury earlier on this spring, he should be incredibly proud of the fact that he's got himself on another major podium. Here's the results of the men's discus final. Christian Choate, top of the pile, new championship record and a gold medal, 72.51. Retains the title he won last time round in Rome. Nicholas Alekna of Lithuania having to settle for second, and a surprise bronze for Henrik Janssen of Germany.